TechByte is brought to you by Fastnet. Fastnet, internet powered by Ford County, the people you trust.
Since the invention of the camera over 200 years ago, cameras have gone from these big and bulky things to sleek and slimline things that we can keep in our pockets. Photographs have also gone from dark rooms to one-hour photos to digital and instant delivery. Today, we're going to look at the impact that artificial intelligence is having on photography and where it may be headed. I'm Patrick Moats. This is TechByte. Today, I'm going to be joined by two very special guests that also happen to be world-renowned photographers. Nino Batista joins us from Houston, Texas, and Renee Robin joins us all the way from Canada. Both of them are going to provide a unique perspective on photography, artificial intelligence, and where we might be headed.
I'm not being naive, but I will say this. There's something to be said for the lack of the human element in AI generative developed things, whether it's music or video or visuals or photography. When I say there's a lack of a human element, what's lacking is the authenticity. There's nothing more in depth there. It's missing something. The actual art, in my opinion, that matters will not be replaced per se because there's no intent, and intent is human. Computers can make beautiful things that are striking and useful, but intent and purpose will never be replaced by that.
Renee Robin is known around the world for her digital art and a career that spans more than 20 years.
My perspective on it is that I'm firmly in the middle. I have one foot that's like absolutely terrified of what's coming to us, and the other foot is really, really excited about what's coming. The biggest way to combat that is education, to understand and to teach people how do we spot AI. How do we train other AI models to spot when AI is being used. Remember like early CGI and when people couldn't really figure out what was real and what wasn't. But now, of course, we look back on it because we're all educated and we've all seen things grow. CGI, especially the early stuff, is very, very obvious.
Both of my friends had positives and negatives to say. Photography was once even accused of killing artwork because if people could take their own photos, they wouldn't need to buy paintings. But Andy Warhol made a fortune in the 60s and 70s selling his unique artwork.
This is a type of technology that has the impact to change the world in the same way that the invention of the smartphone did. We didn't know that with the creation of the smartphone, companies like Uber were going to exist. And so I think that with this technology, we just have this shiny new device and everyone's going like, whoa, this is so cool. But the actual application and how this is really going to change the world is probably not for another like 2 to 5 years, and it might even be faster than that.
While AI is not necessarily new, it's definitely here and definitely more prevalent. I think with every new technology, the most important first step is always going to be education. Hey, if you have something that you'd like to see here on TechByte, shoot us an email. Make sure to join us next week because we have a new device that's going to help you get more out of your work week. I'm Patrick Moats. That's this week's TechByte.